Hi, it's Alicia Wood with Ravi Zacharias International Ministries, and we have been at McGill University now for 4 years, spending a week investing in the students here, talking to them, helping them to see Christianity in a new way, and help them to understand that, Christianity actually does have all the answers that you need.
It's the Relevant Talk series, so we want to engage relevant questions on relevant issues with good answers that point to the gospel. And this week we've been focusing on a variety of different questions. We've looked at the evidence for the resurrection, we've looked at God's existence, we've looked at the relationship between God and science, we've looked at what other worldviews have to offer.
I think talks like this is very important because it encourages us to explore different worldviews and also to understand differing viewpoints from our own. Also to help us facilitate interfaith dialogue and to learn to not to listen to respond, but to really care and understand one another.
In this event, all we want is dialogue. It's also been quite astounding to see every time that ground shakes, it creates cracks for new seeds to grow.
I used to dislike the idea of discussing religion. That thought has actually changed, and I feel way more open to discussing and learning more about the topic of faith.
The most encouraging thing was the speaker's willingness to engage with hard questions, to calmly engage and to not be flustered with hard questions.
I've always wondered about some of these big questions. Yeah, I definitely think it's very important that we have these talks throughout our campus because I think right now as students we're in such a critical part of our lives where we're discovering ourselves and the world around us.
And I think it's actually extremely important that we have talks like this in a lounge, right? So multiple times, people that were just coming in were not planning on being here, just hear that a conversation is going, sit down, end up grabbing a lunch, and then staying for the whole talk. Just like another human being sharing their heart, sharing a story, I think really impacts people in a different way.
This was kind of another opportunity to be able to get before the students and let them know, you know what? There is help and there is hope in the gospel of Jesus Christ.
We're here not just to satisfy intellectual curiosity. We're here to discover truth and discover fulfilling truth.
What's on my mind is selflessness and how Jesus gave everything. And that's the ideal that I look up to.
And what's true of God is true of us. So if God is love, we are created to be loved and to love others.
One of the things I noticed this week was the amount of people, the amount of students specifically who are engaged in what is happening. There's so much interest. I think we underestimate how interested students are in these questions and how thirsty they are for the answers that really matter.
I never felt the value of how much going to church could mean to me. I'm gonna be truly honest with you. I am looking forward to go to church Sunday morning way more than I did in the past 2 years since I've been in Montreal.
Please partner with us in praying for the students that we're engaging with. There's a lot of follow-up to be done. There's a lot of people who have requested meetings, who have vocalized that they want to do a one-on-one, do an alpha course, or get involved with the campus ministry. So please pray for the students that we're engaging with and pray for us as we're on these campuses, that God would continue to give us inspiration for answers to some of the hardest questions that people are facing in our time.
And so God's work is not done. Some people become saved this week, some people continue on in the process and allow those seeds to grow and bloom. And so we're just grateful for what God does at the rate that He does it. So please continue to pray. Thank you for your support and love and prayer this week as well. Bye-bye.